Okay. So yesterday our focus was just to understand how to run the program, and we also learned the different operators, arithmetic operators we had. Um, um, Assignment operator also we did, right? We did shorthand notation where we say a equal to a plus b. So you can write a plus equal to b, right?
Yeah.
Um, okay. And in terms of data types, okay, we looked at number, we looked at string, right? So this was number, we looked at string, okay. We also have something called as object, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is again very much similar to what we, okay, we also did add a little bit here, right? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so let's start with um, object type, object data type. This is very similar to a dictionary that we have in Python, okay? So I'm going to say let object one, okay, equal to curly braces, okay? So in array we
Mm-hmm.
have given square braces, okay? In object we're giving curly braces and it has key value pair, okay? So, you know, something like f name, first name, colon,
Mm-hmm.
and I can define this as, let's say, Sachin, comma, L name, right, colon, and I can define this as, say, Tendulkar, okay, and you can add multiple pairs, okay, we are always adding pairs here, key and value. So this is key and this is the value.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can define runs, okay, everything is small, so let me also put this small, runs, colon. Now in this case it's a number, so I don't have to put it in quotation, okay. You can add one more, let's add one more, so I'm going to say uh, sports, colon, cricket, okay. So this is object type, okay. We have already seen you know, when we add integer to a string, integer is converted to a string. See, when you're adding, the two data type has to, two values has to be of same data type, right? Logically you cannot add a number to a string, right, or string to
Yes.
a number, so it has to be of same data type. Now it sees, okay, um, your integer can be converted to string, correct, but your string cannot be converted to integer, right? So if you
Yes.
have, if you have
Mm-hmm.
15, you can put 15 in quotes, but if you have hello, you can't convert hello to a number, right? So that's why it
Mm-hmm.
converts string to you know,
Integer.
your integer. And when we had three values, right, we had uh, where was it, I think we did somewhere else. Now if I say, okay, let sum equal to 12 plus 24 plus 36 plus hello, right? So we saw that, okay, let, okay, cannot, okay, so we are already using sum somewhere before, so you know, let me remove let. So here's, okay, you can't add all at the same time, right? You have to add step by step. So these two would become integer sum, right? So 36. Now this also becomes integer sum, 72. Now it becomes 72 would become string. So it would be 72 hello, right? One more thing that you have to see is the data type. Okay. So I'm going to say data type
You
in,
mean, sir, hello become 72?
no, no, this is 72, right?
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, okay.
Okay. So data type in JavaScript, okay, is dynamic in nature.
Okay.
Okay. So I can say let x equal to 5, which is your number. Now you do not have to define in the same line. Okay. You can say let x. Okay. Let x would become your defining a variable. Okay. And you have defined the variable here. Variable is defined, right? But not, I shouldn't say defined, okay? It's not, variable is declared, okay? Variable is declared, but not defined. Defined means, okay, it has to have the data type, okay? Defined has to have a data type, right? So we don't know the value of x,
Yeah.
typ, right? We don't know the value of x, okay? So you can say x equal to 99, or you can even say x equal to array, okay? And it's not, it will not throw error, will not throw error. Data type are dynamic, dynamically typed.
99, you just give number, right? 99, sir.
Yes,
It has not. Okay.
okay? Okay, so you can do that as well. Now, you can also assign numbers with scientific format. Scientific notation we say, okay, which is like your e to the power, right? So if I say let y, okay, equal to, I want to put something like this, 99, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros, 99 followed by 6 zeros. I can say 99, okay, E6. Okay, I can also say 9.9 E7. Okay, let's do alert and let's see the output on the screen. Alert Z. Okay, so I'm going to close this and I'm going to run it again. See, so 99, 3 and 3, 6 zeros. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so you can put E6 or 99. You can even, okay, you can even say let t equal to 5.5 e minus 3. What will you get here? 5.5. Okay, it's saying minus 3. That means the decimal has to go towards left. So minus 1 would make it 0.5. Okay, that is minus 1. Minus 2 will
Mhm.
add 1 0. Minus 3 will add 1 more 0. So this is same as 0.0055.
Okay.
Okay,
Can you run that, sir? We'll see.
alert
You run
T.
right? What do you mean?
Bloody.
What are you doing? Time pass one, really? No.
Oops. Okay. Let me close this. Let me close this editor. Now let me run it. Okay. So see 0.0055.
Nice, sir.
Okay. Um, so we have, okay, you have type of, okay, type of, okay, is a function, which will return the data type of, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So type of, okay, we write type of will give the data type, okay. So if I say alert, okay, type of, okay, and let's say I say X, okay, type of X, Y, Z, X, okay, X should be this, then I'll say type of, you can also put this in bracket. So I'm going to say Y here, okay.
Okay. Your type of X.
Let's run this and see what happens. I'll close this. Okay. Now you see object. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Object is which one? Your X array.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It is called object. Now next one is number. You see, it's number. So you have
Yes.
number, you have string. Okay. So okay. So this is your number type, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The one that we did yesterday, this is string data type.
Yeah.
Okay. And okay. Okay. Sorry, here will not throw. That's what I meant. Okay. And your data type is data type is object. Okay.
So here you said type of X, type of
बद्दा
Y.
दीदी का करिए
Mm-hmm.
chapter अगरबत्ती. And
So
who will
that
do your
means,
homework?
wait one minute.
Who will do your homework? No.
Let's say I put let S.
Okay.
Let's say I put var 4. And now I say alert type of var 4. So now when you run it, okay, object number undefined. You see, if you do not assign a value, it will show you as undefined.
Acha.
Okay, so here I just declared, right? But I have not defined. So it
Mm-hmm.
says undefined.
To print some value, you use the type of like for X value, Y value, variable 4.
Mhm.
So for that you use type of.
Yeah, to know,
Who
okay,
will?
Yes,
to
sir.
know, no, just to know what is the data type
Uh-huh.
that it has.
Okay, okay, okay. Got it.
Okay,
What?
just
Okay,
to
type
know
of. Yeah.
what type of data it has.
Correct. Yes, sir.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
So data type is done. I'm going to save this. Okay. We'll create a new file because it'll be too much to do same here, right?
In one file.
New
Okay.
file. Yeah. So let me create new file and I'll call this as practice2.html.
That is two. Yeah. Okay.
Put it here and I'm going to,
So you have select the location, sir, or it's
yes.
automatically give you.
No. So you have to select. Okay. So once you select one file, right, by default, it's going to save the same location, but you can always save it. You can browse and save it in your different.
So so this is the file, right, sir? But in one folder you can create multiple
Yeah.
file. So
Yes.
do we
Yes.
have that? Okay.
Okay. You can. Yeah. Script, HTML, and head. Okay. And we can have some
Sir, how do you get
body.
this short, the like HTML starting, HTML end?
Yeah.
So something is there, right? That you do press forward slash or something, and you'll get automatically HTML body. Okay,
Yeah. If you just closing is given automatically, right?
okay, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So
Mhm.
we'll talk about functions now, right? Uh, if
Okay,
you look at function, right? Your function has two components to it. One is the function definition, right?
mm-hmm.
And second thing is using the function, right? So you can define the function and you can define the function in um, multiple um, um, ways, right? And but definition will be only one, and you can call it at multiple places, right? So let's say how to declare a function. Okay, so maybe here, okay, we are going to let's say declare. See, right now what I'm doing is I'm just giving you introduction about all of these. Okay, how to do it.
Okay,
Once we are done with the basic, right, then we'll try to build some application. So for now, just
okay.
don't worry where I'm typing. Okay, just focus on what I'm typing. Okay.
Yes, sir. No problem. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And when we take a project, we'll know, okay, what to come in which tag. We'll probably use more HTML tags also.
Okay.
Okay. So now, okay, so let's declare a function. So how do you, why it's showing, okay. See, it is treating it as HTML tag and that's why it is showing this red. Okay, now if I put in script, it will not show that. It knows that, okay, this is where we need to type, JavaScript. So the color
Mm-hmm.
has changed, right? Okay. So HTML comment is this. Okay. No, I think it's something else. Okay. It is, uh, okay, that's the comment, okay, in HTML. But we are focusing on JavaScript. So this, okay, so this is the how to declare, okay. Now, to declare a function, we use function keyword, okay, function. And you say my some, okay. So function keyword to indicate that I'm going to declare a function, and this is my function name. It will take the number of arguments. So I want to add, let's say, 3 numbers, right? So I'll say n1, comma n2, comma n3, right? And just like your C, C++, we need to give bracket here, curly bracket. Okay. And you can return the value. So I'm going to say return n1 plus n2 plus n3. As simple as this, right? Okay. So we have called this. Now we have to call this function. How do we call this function? Okay.
Call this function.
Right. So to call this function, we will see, since it has a return value, right? So since it has a return value, it is going to return us a value, obviously, right? And we need a variable to catch it, right? So what I'll do here, and this is wherever you want to call it, right? So I'm going to say let result, or output, whatever, let result equal to, okay, my sum, and I'll pass the value here. Okay, I pass 11, 22, 33. And of course, if you want to see, you can say alert sum is plus result, right? So now I go and run this. Sum is 66.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. You can you can directly say this. See, when I say something equal to, it's like representing. So this whole thing is represented by word result, right? So I can even say this one here, right? I don't have to save it in a variable. You can directly call function. Okay. So this is also feasible. Now, then we have concept of local and global variables. Okay. Local variable is defined within a function, right? And you can't use it outside the function. Okay. What I mean is, okay, so,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So I'll say
Local variable
let,
within that class.
yeah, let total, okay, let total, let me declare it here. And I say total equal to and return total. Now I cannot say here, okay, num1 equal to total. Okay. Okay. So if I try to run, okay, see the error. Total is not defined. Total is defined inside the function, not outside. Correct. So you get it is not defined.
Oh, yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Um, okay. So after function, next thing that we talk about in programming languages is called class and objects, right? So,
Yeah. Sir, so
yeah,
function only one thing is there.
yeah, function is one thing, right? You can pass any value, anything, correct? Okay, so maybe class and objects we'll do later. We have not done if else completely and loops, right? So we'll do if else and loops first, then we'll go to class and object.
Yeah.
So generally here you have uh, if else, okay, and then switch. We also have switch, okay. So there are two ways
Okay.
to check conditions, okay. So when
Okay.
you have only
If,
one
else,
condition,
switch,
yeah,
and while loop. Yeah.
so that is loop is different, okay. Uh, loop, for loop and while loop they are different. So we'll do it later. Loop is to repeat, okay, whether it's while or for, it will repeat same content more than once, right? But your if is to check, right? So let's say if I have to uh, I have to assign grade to students. Okay. Now students can get grade A, B, C, or D. Let's say 4 grades are there. Students can get any one of these, right? But not, all 4 grades will be assigned to same student, right? Not all students will have same grade, right? So I have to do some check. I have to check what is the average marks maybe, okay? Based on average, I have to decide what kind of grade the student is going to get, right?
Yeah.
So the way we do it is, okay, we do the if condition, okay, we write if, and then you have a bracket where you put the condition, correct?
No.
And then we put this curly bracket, very similar to what we do in C, okay? So if condition, bracket open and close, okay? And you define here what happens if the condition is true, correct? So now let's say I'm doing something like this. Okay, so if average equal to let's say uh, okay, first let's look at the condition. So if average is greater than equal to 80, I want to assign grade A, okay. And if average is greater than equal to 60, and of course less than 80, I will assign grade B, let's say. And if average is greater than equal to 40, I want to assign grade C. And if average is greater than equal or less than 40, right? 4%. We'll say grade D. Okay. These are my things. So if I have if I have uh, let me directly put AVG, okay? So let AVG equal to 75. Now in this case, okay, I should get grade B, isn't it? Now, if you have only one condition, for example, you have to check, and if the condition is true, you need to do something. Okay, so if condition is false, you don't have to do anything. In that case, we just it's enough to have if condition. So if AVG, okay, is greater than equal to say 40, I'll say alert good. Okay, I just want to print good. So if your average is more than 40, it is good. And if your average is less than 40, then it doesn't say anything. It doesn't say bad or anything. Correct?
And okay.
Right? So, so that means we have only one condition to look for. Okay, there's error here, right? We have not commented out that part. Wait.
Where?
The total we are using, right?
Oh yeah.
Local variable.
Hmm. There are different type of variable, right? Local variable, class variable, right?
We have not done class yet, right? So it is local and global, something which is used in the main
Uh-huh.
program, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, so it says good, right? It says good because the condition is true, right?
Correct.
Now, I can go ahead and say um, 35. Now, obviously, if you say 35, it shouldn't print anything, right? It shouldn't print anything. Okay, it did not print anything. Okay, so that's the thing. It just checks condition. But of course, let's say here, if average is greater than 40, okay, I want to print good. And if it is not, I want to print, okay, bad, let's say. Okay, so what I'll do, I will say, I can put it in the same line.
Else.
Yes, else alert bad.
In Selenium, we used to do system.out.println.
Yes, in Java also we do that. That's the Java that. So Selenium is a framework. Okay, it
Yeah,
uses
Java.
either Java or Python, right? So, and same thing is Cypress also. Cypress is also a framework. Okay, so we'll
Okay.
do after a couple of days. So once we are kind of reached to some level here in JavaScript, then we'll move there. So okay, so sum is 66. I get bad here, right? Obviously, else.
Yeah.
Now,
No,
but
not yet.
our case here is on like we have 4 conditions here. So here what I can say is if average is greater than equal to 80, okay, you said grade A, right? And if it is else if, right? If wherever you see if, we'll definitely have a condition, right? So average greater than equal to 60, right? And I'll say grade B. And I'll then say, okay, if average greater than equal to 40, okay, we will say grade C, right? And finally, we'll say grade D else. Okay, we don't have to put if here. Default, if it is not greater than 40, obviously it's going to be less than 40, right? And
Yeah.
now if I say 65, okay, 65 should give us grade B, right? So now when I run it, okay, grade B,
Yeah.
right? So obviously this is very similar to any programming language that we have. Okay, so this is how you can, do condition, right? And you can handle it.
Yeah.
The
So,
next one, yeah. Go ahead.
This is the one thing only to find the condition if and else, or we have any other thing also.
No, this is only thing, right? Of course, your
Okay.
logic will be complex depending upon what you want to do. What I just showed you is where
Okay.
we have only one line of code, right? But
Mm-hmm.
of course, it could be complex in the sense, if it is less, if choice is one, and that's what we'll do in switch. If it is choice one, you'll end up, let's say you're taking library example, right? And in library example, you're giving option to the user. You want to either uh, okay, you want to add a book to the library, or you want to return the book, issue a book, right? So if choice is one, the whole logic of issuing a book will be added. The choice is two, whole logic of returning the book, right? In returning book, you will check if there's a fine needs to be applied or not, right? So what I mean to say is, depending upon the condition, you will end up doing lot more stuff, not just one simple thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here, I mean, we are doing just one simple thing in if else. Okay, so the next one, okay, so this is how you would implement if, and next, let's say we look at the switch. Switch is also used for condition. Okay,
Yes.
okay, so I'm going to say switch, okay, and some expression, right? That means some condition check. And to begin with switch, you will have this bracket. Okay, now here you, okay, so there's something special here. I'll show you. Okay, here you have case X maybe. Okay,
Yeah.
you do some logic here. Okay, so I'll say some logic here. Now I say case Y, and I do some logic here too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I go and I say case Z. Okay, again I do some logic.
Right.
Okay, and then you will have a default condition, some default condition, right?
Yeah.
That means if none of the other three conditions match, okay, then you'll say
It goes to default. Yeah.
default alert, I don't know what to do, something like this. Okay, so okay, so okay, so we have something like this. Now let's say okay, let's use inbuilt function. Okay, so we have inbuilt function called get date. Okay, get date will read
Okay.
the date from your system. Okay,
Correct.
so what
Sir,
I'm,
one question now.
yeah,
So in speech you have written an expression.
I've
So
just
you
shown you how to write it. I have not given the value. I'll show you how to give the value.
okay?
This is just the what you
No, no,
call the
but the
syntax.
expression you just written an expression, right?
That's what
It
I'm
has
saying.
no.
That's what I'm saying.
Huh.
I have just shown you how to write. I have not written a example. Now I'm going to do an example. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the example here. See, this is just a dummy program to show you the flow. Okay. This is just a dummy
Got
program.
it.
Okay. Now I'm going to change the values here. So we have get date. So we have date here. Okay. Which gives the date from system. Okay. Inbuilt function.
Yes. Correct.
Okay. Inbuilt function to get the date. Okay. And you have get day, okay, will
Time.
return the day in integer value. So if you have 0, it is Sunday. Okay. So something like
Yes.
this. Okay. Uh, 0 for Sunday, 1 for Monday, so on. Okay. So now what I'll do is I'm going to say expression. Okay. And instead of right time, I'll just say expression 1 or day 1, you know, day val something equal to, okay. You have to create a new data, right? So I'm going to say new date. Okay. So new date dot get, okay, date, day, full year, hours, millisecond, minutes, you know, you can extract whatever you want.
Mhm.
I'll say get day. Get day will give me the day of the week, right? Day in number, right? Now, instead of expression, I'll put day val here. Now you got it. It is just a dummy, you know, variable to show, right? Now I'm
Correct.
saying switch day val. Now, based on this, okay, what are the values that day val can give? So day val can give 0,
Day.
0, can give 1, can give 2, right? You can have, you know, up to 6 basically, right? So 0 to 6 is 7 days, right? Let me note today is, okay, for me it is Wednesday, right? So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Let me add 2 more. Okay, so I'm going to add here 3 and
So by this, you will get date also and day also, right?
no. I'm getting the date, but I'm only taking the day only, right? See, date, I'm getting the date, but from this I'm extracting only day, correct? So I will only get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it? Though,
Mhm.
see, I'm asking you, uh, give me date. But when you give me date, I'll just take the day from here. So even though you're giving me complete date, but I am just picking day from that. So with me, I'll
Okay.
have only day.
Day.
Yeah, day. 0 for Sunday, 1 for Monday, so on. Right? And what I'll do here, I'll say,
But sir, variable you are giving day. Okay, day value. No, but that just name day value is a just name, right? Day val
name for
equal to new
what?
date.
Name for what? Day value just a name, but name for what?
Date and day.
Where is date and day?
Okay. No, no. Okay, got it, got it.
I'm saying date dot get day. So it is only going to give me day only.
Day only. But can you just do the date also?
We'll do it no one by one. We'll do it. Okay.
Okay.
Here focus is switch, not date thing, right? We'll talk about
Mhm.
date. Okay, date format, and you know maybe up to some
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Okay, when we do the
No, I got
class.
confused between we were talking about date, right? Now we are planning to get day, but
Correct.
without date, you don't
See,
get day.
so this is the date. This is going to give me the date
Hmm.
from. See, date will give me date, and from here I'm saying get date.
Okay.
So this is going to give me complete date, but I'm picking only day.
So date is a constructor, right?
Date is a constructor for what? Date is not a constructor. Date is a, we are creating an object of class date. Okay. So when you create an object, constructor is automatically called.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll do that in when we do class and objects. Okay. We'll do class and objects, then we'll do dates. So I'm creating a new object of date. Okay. And when you call a new object, okay, automatically constructor is called. Constructor is a
Yeah.
function that is called automatically when you create an object. So I'm,
Yeah.
so I'm actually creating a date class. Okay, and date class will have multiple functions. Okay, in class we call them as methods. Okay, independent functions are functions. Functions in class we call as methods. So it has all these methods: get date, get day, get full
Yeah,
year,
got it,
get
got it.
hours, get
Instead of day, if we
milliseconds.
want milliseconds, we can
Exactly,
get that also.
exactly.
Yeah.
You want only hours, you get only hours. You want full year, you know.
I forget this name, particular new date. And it is a object. From object, you are calling the another class, right?
Exactly.
That
Not another class. I'm calling another function. I'm calling a function
other
which is
function.
defined in the class. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So new date is going to give me object to class date, and inside that I'm calling this function. No, not date. Okay. Day. Okay. So I'm calling get day. Okay. So this day will give me. Okay. Um, yes. Now if it is 0, I'll get Sunday. Right. Okay. If it is 1, I'll get Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? Default. So Thursday we have got, so it could be Friday or Saturday, okay? Now, so I'll say MON, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? Is it clear so far? You're on mute, I think. Okay.
Yes, sir, sir.
Yeah. So I'm going to run it now. Okay. So what happens? Okay. Grade B is fine. Now you see, today is Wednesday. Okay, I say okay. Today is Thursday, and it could be Friday or Saturday. Okay, so what happens? Okay, there's one big difference between if and switch. Okay, if, okay, I have 4 conditions, right? It is only going to execute. It is only going to execute one of the condition, whichever is true, right? If average is
Got it.
true, then it is not going to go and check these conditions. It'll just check and come out. If this is false only, it will
Yeah.
go here. So even though if I say 95, let's say, okay, if I say 95, average is more than 80. So this is true. It should print grade A. But if you see here, average is also more than 60. 95 is more than 60. Shouldn't it print grade B also? No, it will not print, because when you use if else block, if else if else block, only one condition will be displayed, not all. So this is already true. Since this is already true, okay, this is printed and rest of the things are ignored. But that is not the case in switch. Okay, if you enter here, still check, is it true or not? So today is Wednesday, that means today it is 3. Okay, day is 3. So if this is false, yes, it is false. This is false, yes. False, yes. False, no, true, right? So it says today is Wednesday. Now everything after this is executed. Okay, everything. That's why you see Thursday, it could be Friday or Saturday. If you do not want anything else, we use word break. Break we use in conditions
Okay.
and loops to
Uh-huh.
come out of that condition. So now when you print Wednesday, say, okay, you printed Wednesday, your job is done. No, just get out. Okay. Otherwise, it'll continue to execute the rest of the code.
Paper.
One sec, sir.
Yeah.
But okay, you'll put it everywhere break. Okay.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Yeah. correct? So now,
Yeah.
obviously, when
Now
I,
Wednesday will only print.
yes, because we have breaks, so it will simply come out of it. Yeah.
Right, sir.
So let me finish off running this. Grade A. Today is Wednesday. That's it. Okay. So this is about if. Okay. Um. mm, So we have seen break, right? It'll break, and break is used mostly. I mean, I have not seen anywhere else other than if and loops. Okay, we use it here. Now, if you
So which
see,
one we use the most, if and else or the break one, the switch? It's depend on program.
hmm, correct. It depends on program. Now, see, switch. If you look at the expression is very limited, right? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot
Yes.
say greater than or less than. Okay. Now, again, if you go back to this program and if I want to implement switch here, right? Now the average can be anything. So how many numbers are there with more than 80? So let's say maximum marks you can get is 100. So more than
Huh.
80, how many marks, how many numbers are there?
More than 80?
Yes. And less than 100, how many numbers do you get?
Less than uh, less than 40, 35.
Oh, no, I'm asking you in
Huh?
this if condition only, how many values are getting checked? See, when I say average is maximum average you can get is 100 and I'm checking more than
Huh.
80. How many numbers exist between 80 and 100?
Average 60.
How many numbers are there between 80 and 100?
Oh, 20.
No, infinite. See, average you can have 80.5 also, right?
Acha, huh.
80.6 also, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So even managing 20 is difficult. You have to write, 20 switch. So switch is useful when you have a specific output and you want to do a specific thing with that output, right? For
Okay.
example, here, number of days are only 7, right? Or maybe month is only
Yeah.
12. So, it cannot be 11.5.
Okay, got it. Got it. Between switch and if and else. Yeah. So
Correct.
if you have limited and if you know about the particular, then you can use go with the switch.
Correct. Okay. And second
But
thing
when there
is
is an infinite you are talking, then go for a if and else.
correct. And second thing is, okay, here, okay, each condition is different values. Okay. Like 0 is Sunday, 1 is Monday, etc. Okay, there even let's say if you're able to do right, but 80 is grade A, 81 is also grade A, 82 is also grade A, right? So multiple values
Mhm.
together gives, you'll be using same logic. So if you are using different logic for different set of values, then switch is better. But there you see 80 to 100, anything you get, it is grade A, right? So why should we write, switch 80 grade A, switch 81 grade A, switch 82 grade A, switch 83 grade A, right? Doesn't make sense to write that. So short answer is yes, it depends upon the problem and your objective, what you want to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it need not be in order here. See, it is checking value 0, right? I can put, you know, 2 before 0 as well, correct? Because see, each of the values are unique, okay? So it doesn't matter. You can put anything anywhere. Okay. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is fine, sir. It just select the correct one only
Exactly.
in this case also. Yes.
Okay. Now, somewhere there's some situation where you may not require break. For example, okay, um, you know, case I'll say, okay, uh, case 5, case 6, case 5, case 6. Now, what I'll do is I will remove any comment from here. And here I'll say it could be Friday or Saturday. And I don't know. Okay. Now you see in this case, it doesn't make sense to give break here because 5 and 6, we want same output, right? It could be Friday or Saturday, correct?
Yeah.
So even if you get case 5, it will print whatever it is. There's nothing, so it will not print anything. And then it comes
Mm-hmm.
here to case 6,
Okay.
right? And it prints this.
Okay.
Obviously, if it comes to case 6, it will come directly here. If you come case 5, also after executing case 5, it comes to case 6. So in this case, no need to give break, right? So even if you get day
Mm-hmm.
5 or day 6, it will say, okay, it could be Friday or Saturday, right? So again, it depends upon your logic where you need to give break, where you don't need to give break. That's an additional advantage compared to if. In if, okay, it will execute only one condition at a time. So there's no way you can change it. Okay, you'll have to change the condition itself, right? But here, if you want, we can print, multiple values from multiple conditions, right? So here, if it is case 5 or case 6, both are printing same value, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Your logic of using break is again, you control it basically, right?
Yeah. If I'll put, then also it's not harm, and if I'll
No, no, no.
not
If you
put that.
put here, then you'll have to write an X. Then you have to put same. You have to do something like this,
Okay.
right? So because if you put break, then you have to give same statement here also, isn't it?
Okay.
Right. So I don't want to use break. So or I want to use. I want to use same statement for case 5. That's why I don't put break.
Mm-hmm.
I want to use same condition for both. That's why I'm not using break. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Want to continue or shall we stop here?
Yes, sir. I'm good. I'm good if you want to, sir.
We can do,
I'm not busy.
yeah. No, I mean, you'll take time for you to practice. That's why I'm saying we can do loop also. We can squeeze in at least one loop, okay, before we,
I'm good, sir, if you want to take longer.
okay. So, mm,
And so far,
so
I understand this one too.
yeah, okay. Mm, okay. Um, Okay. So see, if you talk about loops, okay. Let me go here. Okay. The loop is little longer. Okay, that's what I was thinking. But let's see how much we can do. Loops in JavaScript. Okay.
Yeah.
There are multiple types. Okay. So you have one simply loop, a for.
For
Then
loop.
you have, yeah, for loop.
While loop.
Then you have
While.
for in loop.
Okay.
Okay. It goes through the properties of the object.
Okay.
Iterates through the properties of object. Okay. Then you have for out. Okay. So
Okay. I was not aware.
yeah, so we need to, if you put out here, it goes to the value of the object.
Okay.
Okay. So these are the things, okay, we do. Then you have um, um, uh, the while loop. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. And then you have do while loop. Okay. So the main difference between for loop and while and do while is that for loop is that when you know how many times you need to run, okay, you need to run 10 times, right? Or 15 times or 5 times. When you know exactly how many times you need to run the loop, then for loop is the best way,
Okay.
right? But when you don't know how many times, right? But you know some condition. So I always give this example, okay, when I talk about this. So if you ask someone, okay, I need to go to university, how do I go? So if you see, there will be two types of answer. One type is they'll say, go in that direction for exactly 2 miles or 2 kilometers, and you will see your university on the left side, right? Go in direction
Mm-hmm.
for 2 miles. So here exactly he knows that it is 2 miles. So when you know exactly it is 2 miles, so I need to run 10 times. Okay. I want to calculate a grade of 10 students. So you need to run the loop 10 times. Same average score, average grade, you need to run 10 times. So in this case, we use for loop. Second type of answer they can give you is keep walking till you see a red color building on the left. Keep walking. That means I
Yeah.
don't know how many steps you need to do, but you need to stop when you see a green building or red building. Okay. That's where we use while. So there's a condition here. Okay. So for when you know exactly how many times you need to run, for is the preferred way. I mean, you can use other logic using other loop also. You can use logic which we discussed for like when we know how many times you need to run, that also we can implement it programmatically. You can implement it using while, and condition also can be implemented using break, right? You can do infinite loop, and the condition match you say break. But generally, okay, we use for loop when we know exactly how many times, and we don't know exactly how many times, we know some condition based on which you need to stop, we use while. Okay. Now again, in while and do while, there's a fine difference. While is called is entry controlled loop. Okay, while is called entry control loop. Do while is exit control loop. Okay, means what? In while, okay, so you have some block of code. Okay, that block of code is written after while. So before you get into the code, it will check the condition. Do you have access to it? If answer is yes, you have access, then only you will be allowed to go inside while. That's called entry control. So it checks the condition. If condition is true, that's when you go in. Okay, you'll execute. If condition is false, you of course you won't be able to execute it. Do, block of code, and while. So in do while, okay, you can easily get in. Okay, but if the condition is true, okay, then till then you have to keep running the same thing. Okay, so that's why we say do while. Okay, we execute. So even so, if you look at while, minimum number of iteration would be 0. If condition itself is false, you won't get in, you don't execute. So minimum number of iteration is 0 in while. Okay, but in do while, it has to execute at least once because condition you're checking at the end. Okay, so in do while, at least once you have to run. So minimum number in do while is 1, not 0. At least once it will get executed. Okay.
Okay.
So with that knowledge, let's go and do it. So for loop, okay, needs 3 expression. Okay, that is initial value, because when you say run 5 times, you need to have something that will do the check. Correct. So here, when you look at for loop, okay, so you have for, okay, and then you give the initial expression, initial value. Okay, so I'm saying let I equal to 0. Okay, semicolon. Okay, so this is the initial value. I'm saying I equal to 0. Now,
Yes.
next condition is I less than 5.
Less
Okay,
5.
so this is the maximum condition. So I is 0 and I should be
Yes.
less than 5. So I can be 0, I can be 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. No 5 because 5 is not less than 5. Right? So I will go up to 4, 0 to 4. And then you say I plus plus.
Yeah.
You're incrementing the value of I. Okay, and I can simply say alert.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, and this loop is running. Okay,
I.
plus I. Okay, so how many times this alert will come? 5 times. Okay, so I will be 0, then 1. Loop is running 0 because I set I equal to 0. Okay, 1, 2,
Yeah.
3,
3,
4.
4.
Okay, that's it.
Uh-huh.
Right? So this is how for loop will run.
For loop. Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll stop here today. Okay. I'll share this in the same link. Okay. And we'll continue tomorrow. Okay. So I'm hopeful that next 2-3 days we'll finish off this basic stuff and then we'll actually start building our applications.
Yes, sir.